Yeah, it's Saturday night. I'm having such an exciting Saturday night. I'm walking alone down the alley. And nobody's watching, which is fine. I didn't really expect anybody would be. I mean, seriously, who sits and waits for a YouTube notification that, hey, Dan is live? I don't know. Just thought it'd be fun to do this. Thought it'd be fun to go for a walk. I'm so behind at uploading my vlogs. I thought I'd go live again. Although I've noticed that the mixture of live video and pre-recorded videos is making it really hard to figure out, hey, what order do these go in? I'm trying to sort that out, and I noticed that this last week I actually had a chunk of the week where that's all I did was live, and while those didn't get a lot of views while they were shot live, they did get more views than my videos typically get after they went up for just for watching later. And obviously it was the subject matter. For those who follow Adam Gilligan and his Phoenix Homeless channel, and interestingly enough, his Adam Gilligan channel, which is surprisingly sprung back to life, yeah, that was a crazy week on his channels. He seemed to have a bit of a meltdown, and it finally, which had me feeling like some kind of a weird stalker, but it finally motivated me to try and see if I could find this guy. There was all these raging comments going on in his videos about, hey, is this guy's a fraud, this and that. I never really thought he was a fraud, but I just kind of felt he had some issues. But yeah, man, definitely has some issues. Anyway, I think I'm gonna cut through the park. What the hell? Anyway, so I decided I'd go for an adventure after work on Thursday morning and look for him. Any bums around? I'm walking through Pierce Park, so I would imagine there probably is. Just passed two guys in the parking lot that I don't know. It's hard to tell. Looks like they're trying to deal with their vehicle overheating. I don't think they live in it though. I think they're just dealing with vehicles overheating, which is a pretty common thing in Phoenix. So I don't know. For the moment, this part of Pierce Park looks relatively bum-free. Although I bet if I walk around this way, there's probably some hanging out over in the picnic tables on the other side of the volleyball courts. Quite a few kids playing in the playground. That's always a good thing. So anyway, I'm walking, so I can actually see comments, which is a nice change. When do you think they're going to deal with the bus camping issues? What do you mean by bus camping issues? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Sorry. Oh, I think we definitely got bums over there. I'm not going any closer. The last thing I need is to get into a freaking argument with a vagrant in the park while I'm on foot. I don't know if you've seen them. I actually got two videos where I was walking, both of which not far from here, and I had some homeless people I had one guy chase me down 44th Street. It was kind of frightening. Definitely a bum right there at that table. Bums camping and or occupying Oh, bus stops. Okay. When you said buses, when you said bus camping issue, I was thinking of people that are like living in old buses parked by the side of the road. Because there's some of that. Although to be fair, I don't find that to be nearly as much of an issue in Phoenix as it is in some of the other places that I go. Speaking of which, oh my God, I ran into a huge homeless encampment the other day in on the west side. Was it around near like I-17, like between I-17 and 27th Avenue on just north of Van Buren. I-10 traffic coming home from work on Amazon was just absolutely ridiculous, and I was trying a back road to just kind of avoid it, and didn't feel like driving down Van Buren. Thought I'd see some different scenery, and then I ended up driving down a side street that was just an intensely, like, actually a little bit denser, not as big as the zone, but I would say in terms of the amount of homeless people there, I would say it was denser encampment, and there were definitely some people living in buses. So that's what I thought you were talking about. As far as City of Phoenix doing something about bums camping at bus stops, I don't see any effort being made. Although I still haven't made it downtown to see what their response is to the lawsuit regarding them neglecting the homeless issue. Although from what little bit I skimmed of the complaint in that lawsuit, that doesn't seem to be addressing the entire homeless area as much as specifically the zone, as all the plaintiffs in that lawsuit are property owners and business owners in the zone, who are, addressing the complaint in their immediate location. What are you saying was rare? Just homeless people in tents, homeless people squatting in buses, or homeless people passed out on bus stops? Although to be fair, all three of those were kind of rare 2 years ago. I mean, to be fair, there's always been homeless people in Phoenix, and there's always been, the homeless at the bus stops. Yeah, no, and the thing is, and I forget how long you've been following my vlog, but I've been doing this for about 2 years. I mean, I just recently started doing the live stream thing, but which is weird and awkward, and I'm probably not doing it well. Oh my God, it's a phone call. It's probably the girlfriend. I should answer it. It is. Hang on. Hello. I'm feeling a lot better. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm feeling better as far as like my congestion, my cold. The tooth thing is a lot worse, but I'm coping with it. I'm walking. What are you doing? Oh, that's hot. Thanks for sharing. At your place or at my place? Of course, it's a lot cleaner than my toilet. Although you should be proud of me. I cleaned the cat box before I left. So, Sambo seemed to appreciate it. They seemed to appreciate it. The cats did. No, I'm walking over to. I figured you probably, when you called me, I was like half asleep because I had just taken all my medication from the urgent care for the tooth thing, and that shit just knocked me right the fuck out. And I had a biggie bag from Wendy's. I'm eating so good. Anyway, no, I'm just walking over to Wanderin. If you want to come join me. I don't really want to stay there too terribly long. Obviously, I can't be drinking because I'm back on antibiotics. And I got that lecture from my doctor and from my pharmacist. So, yeah. I'm like, yeah, my girlfriend yells at me for that, and she's like, yeah, your girlfriend is smart. I'm like, thanks. Oh, I know that. I'm well aware of that. Thank you. I just like to drink. Thank you very much. It's not as much fun going to a bar and having soda. Well, yeah, you're weird like that. All right, I'm on jaywalk. Oh, the light changed for me when I was halfway through this road. Good times. Anyway, yeah, I'm heading over that way if you want to come join me. Oh, well, fuck. Okay, that's fine. Then I'm gonna be all lonely there without you. I just wanted to go out and maybe sing a couple songs, and I figured when you woke up, you'd probably head that way and join me, but I guess I figured wrong. Yeah. You know, without looking those as you're trying to describe it, the more you describe those, just the more they confuse me. I'm just wondering what kind of shitty apartment you got that has inadequate lighting. You got to add your own lighting. That just isn't cool to me. Okay, that sounds like the very definition of inadequate lighting to me. Okay. Okay, that sounds like an interesting solution. Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen any of it, so it's hard for me to understand anything you're describing at this point. I've not been to your new place, so I have no idea. Yeah, it was just a bad time. Just saying. Anyway, whoa, bicycle on the sidewalk with no headlight coming right at me. Told you, take it over to that little shop by the canal. They're the ones that did my desk. They did a good job. Okay, well then, yeah, get Chris to help you, or have me help you on a day that I have off when I'm not in mammoth pain from my teeth. Teeth? God, I'm developing a lisp over this dental shit. Okay. Well, you know, tonight's a good night for you to come sleep in my bed. Just saying. Okay. Yeah, I need to be working on that too. I gotta sort out what I'm doing for work schedule. At this point I think I'm just gonna have to go into what rather than call and talk to the HR people in India. I think I just need to try to go to work, and if it just becomes too unbearable, just tell my supervisor, hey, see this busted tooth, this shit hurts, I gotta go. And hopefully they'll be reasonable with me about it. They're usually pretty good about that shit down there. I mean, everything worked out the last time. My biggest concern is, I had a really productive day today. After I left you, I went to the urgent care, went to the iPhone repair store. Then while he was repairing my iPhone, I doubled back, went to the dentist office, and they actually were willing to see me today, but I figured I should probably give the antibiotics a couple of days to kick in, rather than have them just start ripping on the tooth while I'm in so much pain. And obviously there's some infection happening. So the soonest they could schedule me for is Wednesday, which basically is going to, that's an entire Amazon work week between now and then. It's going to fuck me on. But I was really hoping they could see me on Monday. But yeah, they scheduled me for Wednesday. Then I went over to CVS, got my meds, went back to the iPhone store, got my iPhone. He told me to deal with my home button is that's not a hardware issue. That's an Apple being assholes issue. That some of the videos I've shown you on Louis Rossman's channel where he talks about things that Apple and other tech companies do to try to shut down third-party repair places from being able to repair things. It's one of those things. It's one of those things that all the home buttons serialized. But yeah, he said the only way I can. Oh no, I think 6S Plus was the. I think 6S Plus was the peak iPhones. I really do. And I don't know if you heard, they're not getting the newest version of iOS that's getting ready to come out. The iPhone 6s and iPhone 7s will not get the next version of iOS. So we've been sunset by Apple. So it's just a matter of time until shit stops working. Oh, yeah. I mean, I do all kinds of shit on my phone, but including my eBay store, which I need to catch up on. But well, anyway, I'll let you go back to your stuff. If you decide you want to head out to, Wanderin, I'll be there for a while. I mean, obviously, I'm not drinking because of the antibiotics, but I feel like after all I've been dealing with, my head will be in a whole lot better space if I at least go out and be sociable and sing. It'd be okay. We'll do. What else was I gonna say? No. Over at. Sorry, my brain is just not focusing very well lately. After I got the iPhone fixed, I stopped at the Cox store, paid my internet on time. Yay. Nice car. Sorry about your penis. You would not believe how many freaking people I saw run red lights today while I was driving. When I went over to Wendy's, I walked. Oh, I saw some of that too. I saw somebody cut off 2 lanes of traffic on Coulter Street as I was headed southbound from the exit from the 51. And we've all got the green arrow, from the southbound where it kind of does that double left turn lane to cross the freeway, and then it does the double right turn lane to go south on 18th Street to go into the shopping center there, into the Colonnade Mall. And 2 vehicles in front of me, and somebody just ran right through. And mind you, we're approaching, from the freeway, so we see green arrows, so we're not really slowing down all that much. And then somebody coming from the right, like they're coming from the 5 and Diner on Coulter, just flies right through that light in the left lane. So he cuts both cars off, and both of them jammed on their brakes. And thank God I'm the kind of person who never ever tailgates, because if I was a typical Phoenix tailgater, there would have been a 3-car pileup right then. Maybe 4-car, provided, if we'd have hit the guy that shot through the red light. So yeah, when I got to the Cox store, I figured, fuck it, I'm parked. I'm just going to walk to Wendy's. It takes nothing to get a driver's license in the United States. The test is super easy to pass. There's really nothing to it, especially in Arizona. And then the other thing in Arizona is that it's good to your 65th birthday. You never have to retest. You never have to check anything. I mean, I'm thankful I don't have to get my eyes checked, because I probably wouldn't fucking pass that at this point. But yeah, exactly. But I mean, still, it's crazy the way people are driving. There's so many people from other places, and I think the deal is that people are moving here from other cities. I think people move here from other cities and maybe other countries, but I'm thinking mostly other cities where they're used to, like major congestion, and they're used to narrow local streets, and they've never been on these wide ass roads where they can drive so fast, and now that they can, they feel like they're on a fucking speedway. But like yesterday, I had two people run a red. It wasn't exactly a red light; it was a changing light, like a yellow light, directly in front of me. To tailgate, they ran it from a dead stop. We all had to come to a stop because there was an ambulance coming from the right, and they all ran the two vehicles in front of me ran the yellow light to tailgate the ambulance. Like why? How much of a hurry are you in that you got to fucking tailgate an ambulance? Like, how about the light is turning red, sit there and wait one cycle of the light, let that ambulance get a quarter mile, half mile ahead of you, and then go when it's safe. But apparently I was the only person that, had the patience to do that. No, the drivers today were ridiculous. So I ended up walking to Wendy's, which, oh my God, the first fries I put in my mouth, like the grease and the salt went right up into the cracked tooth, and holy shit, that hurt. I feel like I need to be eating applesauce and pudding right now. That would be, well, no, I can't eat banana chips. I can eat banana bread. Oh, something. Anyway, let me let you go. I'm like walking in circles over at like 44th and McDowell, and I need to pop in someplace and probably pop into Subway and get a sandwich, and then head over to. Well, I'll be at the bar. I'll text you when I'm leaving if you don't want to come join me. That's fine. All right. Bye. Sorry, that was awkward and unexpected. Yeah, the girlfriend and I are trying to work things out. And a lot of people tell me I shouldn't, but I don't know. Kind of following my heart on that one. 27th Avenue in Van Buren was where I saw that really bad homeless encampment, and I've been meaning to drive through there and get some video of it. I did see another channel, and I forget the name of the channel. It's the one that I want to say it's the channel, which I think is one of Juan's channels, that has where it's just footage of homeless people and people doing drugs around Phoenix with the sad music, the sad piano and the music in the background, which I hate the sad piano music. But he went by it. I don't know. I forget which channel it is. Anyway, it was talking about a homeless encampment. Oh yeah, I know, he has the best lizard coverage. He really does. Although I've been trying to get him to come down to Bullock's, because the lizards do wander into my karaoke show at Bullock's. Shit, I think I had a pimp trying to offer me one about a year ago, and I was just so confused by the situation that I just was like, I'm like, what? What do you mean? Oh, there's the Route 17 bus. It's still out running. Part of me wants to go to Subway. You know what? I think I'm just gonna go to the bar. I don't know. I see some pretty hot women on the side of 27th Avenue. I just figure they're so hopped up on drugs. I don't want to mess with that. There was one video Lizard Hunter posted where this guy got rolled by like 3 lizards. They beat the shit out of that old dude and stole his phone. I guess one was just sitting across the street like shooting video and caught it. And it was like, whoa, yeah, that's enough to make me want to mess with any of that. But I was a cab driver for a long time here in Phoenix. I started driving in 1992, and I quit driving taxi, I want to say probably about 13, 14 years ago, notwithstanding my little 4-day stint, like about a little over a year ago, which is actually on my vlogs. Yeah, that didn't end well. But I remember I used to drive up and down Van Buren when Van Buren, East Van Buren was the strip for hookers, and sometimes they were on West Van Buren as well. And honestly, I don't think they ever looked that good back then. In the 90s, early 2000s, I don't find they ever looked as good as they tend to look on 27th Avenue right now. I'm just more worried about how sketchy they are with all the drugs and stuff. And no, the regular taxi business is not dead. Oh, and by the way, the person who asked about why I'm walking at night, I'm walking at night because it's beautiful out tonight. Hang on, let me pop up. This is the kind of stuff that frustrates me with Adam and so many people, homeless people. Look at this. Cactus Asphalt. I mean, they've got it posted here on the sidewalk. Hiring event, Saturday, September 17th. Apply now. And I got a feeling that company will hire anybody that shows up with the IDs needed to get legal employment, which I think is like a driver's license and a birth certificate, or a social security card and a driver's license. I forget exactly what it is. Yeah, no, they don't want to work. And I wish I was less intoxicated when I was talking to Adam on early Friday morning, because he was talking to me. He's like, well, do you really think they would hire me at Amazon? I'm like, yeah, as long as you got your social security card, yes. Now, if he hasn't got his social security card replaced yet, no, that's going to be a problem. And I don't know if y'all were ever watching my vlogs back then. Probably not. When I had a hell of a time when I was trying to find a job, and I ended up getting hired at Amazon. I was having a hell of a time finding work. And while I was not homeless, I was carless, and that was making things extremely difficult. And I was carless, so that was making things difficult. And on top of that, one thing that will hold you back if you're looking for jobs, especially with larger companies, is they look at a gap in employment as a big red flag. And I had not had a quote unquote job in probably over a decade. Prior to the pandemic, I was receiving disability for my mental health issues, and I was receiving housing assistance. And then my karaoke business was doing well, and all those three together equaled I didn't need a job beyond my karaoke business. Now, mind you, my karaoke business was a full-time job. I was doing karaoke anywhere from 4 to 6 nights a week, and did for years. But Governor Ducey deciding to close all the bars down for fear somebody might get a cold pretty much destroyed that for me. Anyway, as far as the temperature right now, it's 85 degrees. 85 degrees right now. No wind, clear skies, calm. It's I don't know, to a lot of people that's probably hot, but as somebody who spent the majority of my life in Phoenix, 85 degrees walking is fabulous. So anyway, while I was on the phone with my girlfriend, I just thought I'd do a little walk around the bus stops there at 44th and McDowell. And as you saw, the one in front of the what you call it? Well, here's the thing. You can't take job applications because job applications at this point are all online. Nobody really does paper applications anymore. It's you know, from shitty jobs at grocery stores and fast food restaurants all the way up to corporate stuff. It's all, everything's online. Absolutely everything's online. But I mean, the jobs are there, and the hiring process for Amazon is remarkably easy. But yeah, so I was dealing with all these obstacles of, yeah, no, for sure they do. And most of those websites do work just fine. I mean, I managed to do all of my job searching when I was looking for work about 8 months ago on my Obama phone, which was a free phone that I got. In fact, it was not this Obama phone that I'm live streaming on, but it was my second Obama phone, which was not even running the full version of Android. Like, it was an Amazon, or it was an Android Go phone, and I was able to get on Indeed.com and some of those other sites without a problem. No, I know, he has no excuse. It's a lot of it's in his head, but I think I put a comment somewhere, and I don't know if it was responding to one of you guys, but he genuinely feels that he is better off, panhandling and getting $10 to $20 cash than getting a job. But I think he's just been turned down a lot. But I realize it's difficult. But yeah, that sign I just walked by, I've been seeing the signs for that asphalt company constantly, and I've considered applying with them. I'm, you know, not to sound like a wuss, but I'm really not down to work outside in Phoenix in 110 degree heat. That shit drains me. I used to be able to handle it when I was younger, but now that I'm in my 50s, that shit just kicks my ass. Yeah, I don't know, you know, and I wish I remembered the conversation more because I was drunk. Yeah, landscaping places are always hiring. My excuse for landscaping is I am horrifically allergic to cut grass. Like, I can't, I get congested and I can't breathe and my eyes turn red and swell shut. So, yeah, Wi-Fi for sure. Yeah, no, he has a phone. He has no such excuse. There's also free computers at the library to use. And one thing that I've kind of hit him in the comments, although he seems to largely ignore me in his comment section, because I'm actually giving him more like solid, localized advice as, oh yeah, no, when you were watching, yeah, Westville, you were watching the live stream that I did when I was trying to find Adam, when I found him at McDonald's. And I mean, he was sitting there using the Wi-Fi. He was hunched over his tablet, face down in the tablet. And he was, I mean, completely oblivious to anyone around him. He had earbuds jammed in his ear. So when I walked by him, I'm like, hey, you need any help with anything? You all right? And he just didn't even notice that I was there. And I'm like, you know, what do I do at that point? Just slam the table? Like, that's rude, you know? But I mean, obviously he was there. He was able to use the Wi-Fi, but you know, he was watching videos. He wasn't applying for any jobs, you know? But, you know, admittedly, I mean, I could be spending time trying to apply for a better job than what I got at Amazon. And, you know, I'm fucking around on YouTube too. So, you know, I'm the guy in the glass house here. Shouldn't be throwing stones. So, I do think him being a Native American can help him here in Phoenix. I really do. And I'm not just saying that, like, I mean, like, I've lived in Phoenix over 50 years. A good portion of my friends are Native American, and there are actual charities and stuff specifically for Native Americans. One I'm familiar with is called Native American Connections, that my younger daughter's mother she was actually having some serious issues, and she got help through them as a white person. But their general outreach is for Native Americans. There's a lot of stuff for natives. Now, he did say, I did see in one of Adam's videos where he stated which. I'm pretty sure you can, yeah. Yeah, it's coin operated. I've never used it, but I see other people use it. Oh wait, no, this one might just be. You know what? I think this one is just ice. You know, I think they got a water thing in front of the Circle K right over there. I think they got a water machine right over there on 40th. I never use these vending machines. I buy bottled water at Costco. Anyway, yeah, there's stuff, and in the one video where he was going off about, oh, nobody will hire me because I'm native, nobody will hire me because I'm native. I would say the people that I work with at Amazon, I would say a good solid 20% of my coworkers are Native American. When I worked at Castaway's Bar, I would say 10-15% of my coworkers at any point in time, Native American. Native American makes up a really large portion of the population in Phoenix. So it's not, I mean, I've heard some stories of Native American discrimination, but I don't think it's something that's really widely practiced here. I mean, most people just look at natives as just, you know, you're about as Phoenix local as it gets. You're native. What's up? And then add to that there's numerous casinos and actual, and the resorts and stuff along the edge of Scottsdale. You got Talking Stick Resort. You got two different. You got Talking Stick Casino, and you've got the other Casino Arizona down there on McKellips. And then there's another one. There's other ones on the other reservation on the south side of town, like south of Chandler, south of Ahwatukee. You've got the big resort complex at Wild Horse Pass, and then there's a smaller Wild Horse Pass casino over at. Oh yeah, no, he's an obvious easy mark to get rolled. I worry about that. I even told him. Yeah, no, he does seem to get robbed on the weekly. Yeah, Gila River Casino. Yeah, you got the Gila River Casino right down there on oh God, I'm forgetting the name of the street. On Kyrene, just south of the 202 on Kyrene. And pretty much all of those casinos you can get to by bus. Now, granted, some of them you can only get within maybe about a half mile, 3/4 of a mile, and you will have to walk the rest of the way. But, I mean, the thing to keep in mind, once you're working, Uber and Lyft are a thing. You know, and when you're working with people, if you're struggling but you're a good guy, coworkers usually try to help you out, even if it's just with a ride to the bus stop. Anyway, damn, my tooth is hurting. I'm at the bar. I'm wandering around. I'm looking like a homeless person myself. So I think I'm gonna walk into the bar. I'm probably just gonna stop talking. I'm gonna cut this short. Sorry, what? I think he does. I hate to say that, but I think he does. And I don't know if there's anything changing his mind. I will say one thing that sets Adam apart from pretty much every homeless person I've met within the last year, and that's that he's very clean and respectful of the space around him. He's not one of those persons that's carrying trash around. He's not one of those persons that's, stealing shopping carts or doing anything of that nature. His little campsite in front of Yoshi's, he keeps it extremely clean. He's very respectful of property, and when he leaves there, like he rolls up his bedroll and stuff, and it's like he wasn't even there. So that makes him pretty unique. I'm absolutely convinced that he's not doing any drugs and that he's not drinking, but I do believe he's got some mental health issues, and that he's very articulate. I mean, I think the guy could get a job working in a phone bank. My girlfriend makes something like $24 an hour doing phone support a financial company. And granted, like, she probably, oh, right on, definitely. Now, granted, that's a work from home position, but there's plenty of phone banks where you can go in and you can work. Now, personally, I hate that kind of work, and maybe he does too, you know, but I mean, the guy's articulate enough to conceivably do it. I mean, I could go on and on and on, all the things Adam could do, but, you know, it's like the old adage. I love my old adages. You know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And, you know, and I told him when I sat there and talked to him, it's like, yeah, I understand the struggles. Yeah, I said, you get on your videos and you act like nobody understands the struggles you're going through. Dude, I understand the struggles. I've gone through it. I think the guy's got heart. I do. But I just think he's really calloused. And it is easy to get calloused. I've gone through some really tough times where I've felt like giving up. And I've gone through some of those times, and I've bounced back. I mean, shit, I wouldn't, by most people's definition, I'm living in absolute poverty right now, you know, but I'm still keeping on. Yeah, 27 years. I can't wrap my head around that. I think the longest period of homelessness I ever had was about 2 years, and it isn't the kind of homelessness he has. Like, that was 2 years of, right. And I would think after 2 or 3 weeks, you start to change your plan. Yeah, the 2 years I had, the reason I maintained and stayed homeless that long is I just had a really bad mental health breakdown that put me in the hospital. And when I got released, I wasn't very stable. Now, granted, I could have forced myself to go to work. I could have. But I just went through some just unbelievable personal tragedies. My wife left me. She took my kid, took my house, took my kid, took my car. I lost my house. I mean, I literally lost everything. Oh, yeah, no, it does. Although, for what it's worth, like, as much as I've been homeless, people are shocked when they see me, that they're like, no, there's no way you're 52. Nobody believes I'm that old, especially when I shave off my goatee, because, like, I shave off my goatee, and if I shave my sideburns, I really don't have any gray. I have very little gray when I do that. Of course, now I'm starting to lose more of my teeth. That's not helping for my age, but, you know, hey, I could always get implants if I could finance the damn things. But yeah, right on. I'll take 40s. I used to have people guess I was in my 30s as recently as 3-4 years ago. So I guess then I was still in my 40s, but you know, whatever. But yeah, definitely being homeless does age you. It's rough. I mean, shit, I see, you know, and a lot of it's genetics, and a lot of it's what you do when you're homeless. I mean, you know, the people that you see on the streets that look really, really rough, you know, they're doing drugs, whatever, you know, drug of choice is. I mean, it used to be a lot of people strung out on heroin. It used to be a lot of people strung out on crystal meth. At this point, the drug plague in Phoenix is definitely blues, fentanyl. But I mean, shit, even chain smoking cigarettes will age you. Chain smoking cigarettes is just god awful for your body, and I see a whole lot of that happening. So, you know, it's crazy. I mean, people that are, you know, they're homeless and they're broke and they have nothing, and, you know, they manage to get $7. So they spend that on a pack of cigarettes. I'm like, really? That's the best use you could find for $7? But, you know, I mean, when you're addicted and you got nothing else going on, well, there's the liquor store, and they got booze and they got cigarettes. And then there's probably somebody at the bus stop willing to sell you some blues for, you know, $5. But, hey, what's up, bro? Oh God, I was doing a fucking live stream. Where are you headed? Are you serious? Doing overtime shit? I was thinking about doing it. Fuck, I gotta go back to the dentist. I lost another fucking tooth.
It sucks.
Fucking shit cracked.
It sucks.
Damn, I was just getting ready to go to the bar next door too. Hey, is there still more? Well, fuck, no, I don't want to work tonight. It's painful taking meds.
Yeah, like I picked it up. It's just half shift.
Yeah, you know, I saw those last night. I was thinking about doing it, although I think there's still a bug in the system where if you do a, wait a minute, it'll let you take a half shift for tonight? Aren't you scheduled to work Sunday? And it'll let you do it? Because the last time I tried to do that, it wouldn't let me do it. It said that I couldn't do, because it started at midnight and like you're already scheduled for a shift, even though I wasn't scheduled to come back until 7 p.m.
Yeah, but it's like, but if you pick up a shift on Saturday,
but I mean, it was
oh,
because technically you're not picking up a Saturday shift, you're picking up a Sunday shift, 12:30 a.m. So it's letting you do it. So they did fix that bug. Yeah, last time I tried to do it, it wouldn't let me do it. So
well, maybe not.
What was that? Is that the traffic light? That sounded weird as shit. I'm walking over to Circle K to some sandwiches. I'm going to the bar to sing. I'll be in tomorrow night. Kind of half worried I might be fucking suspended from forklift driving again. So I'm worried I might be suspended from driving again.
You were good, right?
What?
They told you were good the other day, right?
Well, yeah, but I did my shift on Wednesday night, and I fucking forked a couple energy drinks, and I went and told me about it. I did. And she just looked at me like she didn't want to deal with it. I can't make her want to deal with it, right? So I went and got the wet cart and just cleaned that shit up and fucking loaded it. Fuck it. You know? I'm not trying to. I had safety fucking up my ass because I dropped a couple totes like the night before. I don't feel I need 2 fucking days in a row of fucking filling out incident reports. So fuck it, I filled it up. But at the very end of the night, like I went to the bathroom and I came back and I went to log into my forklift to take it back to the charging zone, and it wouldn't let me log into it. It said that. I gave an error message, said an invalid ID or something. But it would seem to me they would at least come talk to me before they suspend me like that. I can't imagine. I've never heard of anybody being fucked with like that without being talked to first. I'm thinking so too. No, and I went and told, I forget his name, but you know the redhead AM for inbound? Redhead guy, kind of young, really thin. I don't know his name. I hardly ever see him because he's always dealing with other people, you know. But anyway, I went and I got him. I said, hey, I can't move my forklift. I can't take it back to the charger. And then he went through telemetry and stuff, and he's like, well, it's working all right. And then I scanned it and did the same thing where I wouldn't let me log in. He goes, well, I'll just have to put it in the shift-in report that yeah, I thought it was really weird, and he thought it was really weird too. I mean, I didn't mention to him the energy drink incident, but I mean, obviously I was there cleaning up a fucking wet spill for a while. I'm sure they could have seen it on camera. But you still think they'd send somebody to talk to me before they'd fucking deactivate my ass? I don't know. It's got me nervous, to say the least. But shit, there's your bus. Have a good one. Give everyone my love. Hopefully I'll be in there tomorrow, man. I'm on some painkillers. That shit hurts. Later. Sorry if that got too boring for you guys. That was really random. Yeah, I ran into another one of my coworkers who actually rides the bus. It is possible to get to work in Phoenix without a car. I mean, he's catching the Route 17 right now to go work a half shift and get some overtime at Amazon. I was thinking about doing it myself, but my teeth were hurting so bad, I just was like, nah, don't want to fuck with that. But damn, I can't believe I've kept this going for an hour. I should just wrap this up. Anyway, thanks you guys for coming with me on the walk. I don't know who's gonna watch this later, but I feel you. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I figured I'd have like nobody watch it. I just walk directly to the bar and just give some information on what's going on, since I'm so behind at uploading my pre-recorded stuff. Like I think I just uploaded like last Monday, but in case you guys haven't seen, I got really tanked on Thursday, And at some point I dropped and destroyed my iPhone. So that really stopped me from putting videos together and uploading videos. I just got that repaired today. And then, so Friday was kind of screwed because I had a hell of a hangover. And then my tooth started hurting again on Friday. And then I'm really frustrated with my dentist right now because I was just at the dentist like 3 weeks ago, a little less than 3 weeks ago. And I had two teeth that had abscessed and become infected, pulled. And they did an x-ray on the left side of my face. And there's no way in hell they couldn't have seen the tooth that just broke off early this morning. There's no way in hell that they couldn't have seen that tooth didn't also need work or need extracted. Like, how did the dentist miss that and not get it done? I mean, my email is pretty public. It's azdandan@gmail.com. It's listed on my what do you call it? It's listed on my Songbook DB page, my website for my karaoke business. I mean, it's pretty public, and I do pretty good at responding to it. But yeah, azdandan@gmail.com. The only reason I don't think I have it listed on my YouTube anymore is at one point I had it listed on my old YouTube channel. I used to have a YouTube channel. I had nearly 10,000 subscribers, and I didn't do much in the way of vlogging, but I did mostly what I did was karaoke tracks and music videos that I would find online or that I would rip from other physical media. I had music videos, and I would do video editing to them to clean them up. A lot of times I would relay, like, I'm sure you've noticed, and there's some music videos for older songs on YouTube that are not posted by the record label. They're not posted by Vivo, and they look a little rough and they sound even worse. And what I would do is I would take videos like that, I would download them, and I was mostly doing it for content at my my karaoke and DJ shows. But I would take those videos, I would run some filters on them and crop them, do what I could to make them look a little bit better, and then I would relay better quality audio underneath them. And done with the Big Mac? Oh shit! Sorry, what? Big Macs? What do you mean, Big Macs? You lost me at Big Macs. Anyway, I used to have my email address posted in that channel about page, and I got so much spam over that. Who, Adam? Big Mac tolerance. I hardly ever eat at McDonald's. I find McDonald's food to be just absolutely awful. And I don't eat a whole lot better diet than Adam does, but I'm not diabetic. Oh, you. My diet's pretty much awful too, but I know I can do better than McDonald's. McDonald's is just crap these days. I mean, why fuck with McDonald's when there's also Wendy's and Del Taco and shit? I can get just as good of a... Rally's is so much better than McDonald's. Hell yeah. If you go through the drive-thru, you get to order with the robot, which is entertaining. But yeah, Rally's. And Rally's is cheaper too. Like, you can get I think they got a thing where it's like 2 burgers for $4 or something like that. I usually get the Fry Lover burger, and that's like $2 a piece. I'll get 2 of those, and that'll fill me up. But yeah, Rally's is so much better now. Granted, there's not as many Rally's as there are McDonald's, and I do get where he's coming from. You know, when you're on the bus, like, you got to go places that are close. Which app, Rally's or McDonald's? I know you can get some savings buying at McDonald's if you use the McDonald's app. I did used to use it. Yeah, Yeah, the Mickey D's app has got some good deals. I mean, shit, for a while there, I don't know if they're still doing it, but with every order on Friday, since it was Friday, you could get a free order of fries if you ordered in the app. Although I don't think Adam's ordering in the app. But yeah, I used to order with the app all the time. What I mostly use the app for ordering for, which I thought was kind of neat, is during the pandemic, because my income was just dropped to almost nothing since all the bars were closed and I wasn't able to host karaoke. I would oh man, some lights and sirens going on. So much fun living in a big city. No, I didn't want to drive anywhere, and I had electric. I have been to the rallies at 15th and Camelback. Yeah, I don't get over on that side of town very often, but yeah, I go to that one every now and then. Usually when I go to rallies these days, it's because I'm leaving my mechanic shop, and he's at 40th Street and University, and I'll turn right going out of his parking lot, and then I'll go down University to Priest, and there's one there right before Priest on the left. That's the one I usually go to. There's not really one in my neighborhood at all. You know, I'm here in like Lower Arcadia. So I don't think there's a rallies anywhere particularly near me. In fact, I think that one over in Tempe is the closest one to me, and probably the second closest one to me is over on 15th and Camelback. But yeah, 15th and Camelback certainly is in Adam's stopping grounds. Wanted to get an upgrade from his McDonald's. And we have another Phoenix driver with no headlights on. There's a lot of that here. I'm convinced Phoenix has the worst drivers in the United States at this point, and certain statistics will bear that out. I've read on several different websites we have the highest recorded incidents of people running red lights. We have the highest quantity of car pedestrian accidents, highest quantity of wrong way driving accidents on Phoenix. Oh yeah, no, Phoenix is number one for pedestrian fatalities by far. In fact, I highly recommend you guys check out the last video that was posted on the Not Just Bikes channel. He did one talking about why it's so well, I wouldn't say Phoenix is worse for everything, but boy, it sure is for drivers. You know, and if anything, I would say the reason that Phoenix is so bad for pedestrians and is so bad for driving, as far as like accidents and bad drivers, I think it actually comes from the fact that Phoenix actually has really good streets. I feel like Phoenix streets are very well engineered, very well laid out, and fairly well maintained, and our freeways are some of the best I've ever driven anywhere. I mean, every time I go to another city, and I drive in another city, and I drive in another state on other states' highways, and then I get back to Arizona. As soon as I cross the state line, I'm in Arizona. I'm like, oh God, it's nice to be on a freeway that's smooth. And then once I get to Phoenix, it's like nice to be on streets that are maintained. But I almost feel like that is where the problem comes from, because the streets are so wide, and they are so straight, and they are so well engineered, and in so many of the areas they've got the traffic lights synchronized so well that people just drive excessively fast. And because everything's so spread out, people just are in such a hurry when they really don't need to be. Oh, KFC? Aren't you in Malaysia? Saya, didn't you say you were in Malaysia? KFC's gone to shit here too, so it's not, they're not just picking on you in that side of the world. The last time I went to KFC, I went to get chicken fried steak because they had a really good deal on chicken fried steak. And that was still when my younger daughter was living with me most of the time, and we went there because I thought it'd be something different than what we usually get, and it had the texture of shoe leather and didn't taste much better than shoe leather would taste. It was absolutely awful. I don't think I've gone to KFC since. I can't think of anything redeeming about KFC at this point anymore. There's a lot of other fast food I like. I like Arby's. They got the meats. Arby's is good. I mean, I'm from the Southwest, so obviously I'm leaning towards Del Taco. That's my favorite. You can get so much food for so little money at Del Taco, and compared to other fast food, Del Taco is actually fairly healthy for you. So. I'm not sure why I'm still walking in circles and still streaming this. I've gone over an hour, which is longer than can even do a pre-recorded video on this stupid phone. I gotta wrap it up. Thank you guys for walking with me. This has been entertaining, and churches isn't bad. It's been quite a while since I've gone to churches, but there's a church is not far from me at all. It's 32nd Street in Thomas. The last time I went to churches, I was a little just taken back by how expensive it was. And but I mean, just chicken is expensive, food is expensive, inflation on food prices is expensive. It just kind of is what it is. Oh wow, I got a Sammy Hooligan up in here. I was just getting ready to sign this thing off. Yeah, Malaysia. I'm gonna have to look at a map, man. Like I know that's in Asia, and I just don't know. I just don't know exactly where Malaysia is. I feel bad about that. Oh, Cali's crazy expensive. I've got. If you go back far enough through my vlogs, I took a trip to Orange County and through Venice Beach and also Santa Monica. And I actually was trying to get some karaoke gigs there just to see. I mean, that's not why I was there. I was there to move some electric scooters. But I almost moved. Oh, that's right, Albuquerque. I've spent some quality time in Albuquerque. Albuquerque's got a pretty hardcore homeless situation going on as well. And from what I've seen when I've been through Albuquerque, a good portion of that is Native American as well too. Oh yeah, no, Orange County, Venice, Santa Monica, all very, very expensive. I mean, I got a good friend that lives out in Orange County, and he lives with his parents. And if he wasn't living with his parents, he probably wouldn't be able to afford it there. But he's working on getting a degree in electrical engineering. Already has a pretty decent job that he's moving up with. So I think he'll be fine. And I think he's probably going to stay in that area. But I don't know. I feel like California is a bubble. It's gonna have to pop at some point. It's just, I don't know. The more I watch videos about what things are going like in California, and occasionally take trips to California, the happier I am that I'm still in Phoenix. But then I'm watching Phoenix go to shit too. I mean, like the economic report, the National Economic Report just came out like last week. And Phoenix had the highest inflation in the entire nation. So. Oh yeah, Sammy, I remember chatting with you about that. Yeah, but I mean, you did it. I've been there too, and I did it. And admittedly, I got help last time around. As I was trying to explain earlier, I had a mental health breakdown. I was in a mental hospital. I got out. I wasn't very well, and I was married. I was married with a 1.5-year-old baby, and owned a house, with my wife, and we had a car. It was my first Saturn, and we, she was my wife. She was my rock. Now, granted, I was the one making the bulk of the money out of us. She'd been unemployed for quite a while, but I don't know. I don't really know what the hell happened, and maybe I said something to her during one of my episodes, or did something that just scared her so much. My child, I got 2 children. My baby from when I had the breakdown that resulted in me and my wife leaving me, which resulted in me being homeless. She's now 20 years old and lives in Oregon, in Beaverton, which is a suburb suburb of Portland. Oh, talk about cities with a crazy homelessness issue. Man, Portland is nuts. But they don't seem to make it over to Beaverton. Beaverton PD don't put up with that shit. They run them. They kick them out. It's like, get your ass back, get your homeless ass back to Portland. You don't belong here. But yeah. Yeah, she's 20. She lives out there. I really want to go visit her again. I do have some vlogs on my last trip there. I want to say I went there maybe about 5 months ago and didn't shoot as many videos as I would have liked to. But yeah, she's 20. No, well, I mean, Beaverton is nice, and you know, I mean, there's other areas, but I've heard that there's other places. I've heard Grisham is really, really bad. Now, I didn't visit Grisham when I was there, but I've heard it's really, really bad. Now, the areas I went through in Portland, it was crazy. Like, I walked through some really wealthy neighborhoods and just absolutely beautiful. And then I walked through some other neighborhoods where I know those are like $1 million houses and just homeless people everywhere. I mean, there's certainly areas that congregate and areas that they don't, but like pretty much any space like this in front of a business, like I'm in front of a Circle K here. Yeah, if this was Portland, there'd be tents here. There would be tents here. Like literally any space on the side of a road, that's a campground in Portland. But the thing that I thought that was really interesting and different in Portland is in Portland, generally my experience with the people in Portland, yeah, that's interesting about California. But the thing with California is that the cost of living and the taxes and shit are so out of control there that there's no middle class in California anymore. It doesn't exist. You basically got 3 classes of people in California. You've got people that are filthy fucking rich. You've got upper middle class, but somehow still struggling like a motherfucker to make ends meet. I guess 4 classes. You've got the homeless working poor. That's a thing in California. And then you've just got the straight up homeless vagrants. There's really nothing in between. There's no middle class left. I mean, people that are, you know, you got to have a married couple bringing home $130,000 a month just to live in a shithole in California. It's insane. I was thinking about moving back in 2019, summer of 2019. I was thinking seriously about moving to San Diego. I was working for the Lime Scooter Company, and I was making pretty good money doing it. And the business I was down to only doing, I think, 2 or 3 nights of karaoke a week at the time. And Lime's business just tanked here in Arizona, because I mean, who's gonna want to ride an electric scooter outside when it's 121 degrees? You know, it's just, I mean, they don't even function very well in that level of heat. Sometimes they would shut down, they wouldn't work. So my scooter money had just kind of tanked. I wasn't making any money. In Phoenix, it just depends on where they're at. Yeah, I do think they're trying to sanction areas for homeless camps in Phoenix. And I think that is what, I don't know if you've been following my channel long enough, but I've been trying to give some as much coverage as I can to this lawsuit that's going on. So the Phoenix equivalent of Skid Row is a place called The Zone. And I've got some videos that show The Zone very well. There's some other channels that have covered it, and some of our local news channels have done actually some pretty decent coverage of it as well. Fox 10, I think Channel 12 did a video detailing how bad things are at The Zone, and I do think like they run. I don't think the police literally give people rides, homeless people rides to The Zone, hoping that they'll just, you know, squat in The Zone. I think in their heads, they think they're giving them a ride down to Cass Shelter, which is the largest homeless shelter in Arizona, which is in the middle of The Zone. But a lot of the people, once they get there, I think they act like they're walking to Cass, and they just turn around and just join the squatters in the tents. I mean, you know, look at this guy coming up on me behind me here, you know. I mean, this area of Phoenix is tolerating it in some spots, and some spots they don't. To me, the funniest thing in Phoenix where they tolerate it is bus stops. Like, Phoenix does nothing about homeless people on bus stops, unless you're in a really upscale area. And I've even seen some of that. I've seen people camping at bus stops, you know, up right next to the Biltmore, which is a really upscale area. Whereas I didn't see any of that in Portland. I could be in areas like, I'd be in front of a business where there'd be an easement like this, and there would be tents all lined up on it. But the Portland junkies, they're just sitting in their tent peacefully doing their drugs. They're not harassing me. I have no problem walking down the sidewalk, and I shot several videos, you know, some of my vlog videos when I was walking through Portland, and they didn't, never heard it called chip. None of the homeless people are at the bus stops unless they're actually waiting for a bus. For some reason, the homeless people in Portland seem to respect that they need to stay away from the bus stops. It's so it's 180 different from Phoenix. All right, I really want to wrap this up. I can't believe you guys are sticking around watching me this long. Thank you. Appreciate the support. Trying to get more of my pre-recorded videos up, and bus stop, that's in Albuquerque, right? Are they at the bus stops in Albuquerque? Yeah, you know, I saw, the last time I went through Albuquerque was a few years ago, and I saw quite a few bums on the bus stops in Albuquerque then. So yeah, I think that's been happening in Albuquerque longer than it's been happening here. I feel like poverty in Albuquerque has been going on a lot longer than poverty in Phoenix, at least, you know, to the level of people camping along streets. But it's a nationwide thing now. It really is. And when people are like, oh, well, you don't have it here, we don't have it here. I mean, you know, there's one big place I can think of that doesn't have it. It's Parker, you know, but I mean, it's only 2,000 people in Parker. They, you know, you need to move along. And that's the way little tiny towns are. But, you know, anyway, hey, you guys, thanks for coming along for the walk. I need to get me a sandwich. I'm hungry. I'm going to head over to the Wanderin. Maybe I'll get somebody to make a video of me singing. I always feel better when it gets, oh man, I can smell the fentanyl right here. I can fucking smell the fentanyl. It's probably somebody burning it right behind the dumpster over here. I can smell it. Oh God, I hate that smell. Anyway, thanks for coming with me on the walk, and there will be, I don't get the garbage accumulation either, and at least Adam isn't one of those guys. And when I was homeless, I never was either. But anyway, I really got to wrap this up. I'm hungry. I want to get my sing on. But thanks you guys for watching.